Welcome to the Savage Productions YouTube channel.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got an old school Mustang in here. Got a 65 Mustang convertible, all original. It is a 289 car with a 3-speed manual transmission. This thing comes from the factory with drum brakes all the way around, no power assist. It's really a clean survivor. It's been pretty much in storage for about 20 years, and this guy decides he wants to get this thing on the road so he can have some fun. So he's already put a fuel tank in it, a new fuel tank. He ran the fuel lines already. We're just going to kind of finish buttoning that up for him, and we're doing actually quite a few stuff on this. Went ahead and checked the motor out. It is freed up. It does spin over. We're going to put an Edelbrock Performer RPM intake manifold with a 500 CFM Edelbrock carburetor on it. So it's still going to be a stock motor. We're not going to do really any performance stuff to it. We're going to be doing spark plugs, wires, cap, rotor, you know, all the basic stuff that you need to do to get a car running. Fuel pump, let's see, fuel line. Well, he did do the fuel line already. But we are doing a front disc brake conversion kit. It's going to be power brakes. Yeah, we've already got the Edelbrock intake carburetor in here and got a bunch of other parts already got started. So let me turn this camera around and show you what we got going on. Real quick, he's going to be cleaning this thing up. He's already just kind of washed it. Like I say, it's been sitting for 20 years. So it's in really good shape for being sitting so long. But he's going to have to clean the top. It's got some mold on it, mildew stains. He's going to get all that cleaned up. And it could use a paint job, obviously, but it's really nice enough for him to take out and enjoy and have some fun time in this. He's already got a new set of wheels and tires, and I'll show you that too. So yeah, it does have dual exhaust on it, but the exhaust is all rusted out. So we're going to be checking into that, maybe doing some exhaust for him as well before it rolls out of here. I believe he told me that this car has been in the family for a very, very long time. I'm not sure if he had it inherited to him, but you know, it's really in good shape. I'm pretty sure it's been painted some time ago, but you know, it's just got some spare parts in here. There's the old hubcaps, but the interior is in really good shape on this car. I mean, it's just a good old survivor, you know. I mean, the dash is in good shape. Not sure if it's original or not, but this is going to be really nice and fun. What's weird, doesn't appear that it had a shifter on the column. It's a floor shifter, but he says it's a 3-speed, not a 4-speed, which I find kind of odd. I thought they were all 4-speeds. We went ahead and took the intake off, got it all cleaned up, and we're putting new valve cover gaskets on it. We're going to put the new Edelbrock intake carburetor on it, tune it up, new plugs, wires, cap, rotor, and change the oil. And we've already got the old master cylinder off. We'll have to clean that up a little bit to get the new booster on. Once we get that on, we'll do some we'll get some footage of that. Already got all the brakes off the front, getting ready for the disc brakes. We're doing drilled and slotted rotors for the front. Back's already got new brakes on them. He did all that himself. So we do have to finish running some brake lines from the front to the back once we get the new power booster on and master cylinder. But you can see it's got some stain there, but it'll come off. It'll clean right off. So that's no problem. He'll get all that cleaned up off of there really nice. But all in all, man, this thing's gonna be really sweet. Let me show you the wheels. Oh, that's the old intake that come off of it. Old original intake. That's the drums off the back, I believe. And yeah, these are all the parts here that we took off of it. We got to convert the distributor. It has the points, the old points distributor. We're actually going to convert that to electronic ignition. It actually has new brakes on the front already, shoes, but he wanted to go ahead and convert it to disc brakes, so we're going to do that. And then here's all the tune-up stuff that we're going to do. Hopefully the engine won't have an issue. We don't know. It does spin over by hand. So once we get this thing running, hopefully it has no sticking lifters or anything, and it should. We're hoping that it's going to fire up and run well. It looks pretty decent inside the valve covers and the lifter valley, so we're really hoping for a good fire up and thing runs good. But you know, if we do have an issue with the engine running, then we're probably just gonna go ahead and rebuild the motor or whatever we got to do to get it right. But we're really hoping that it's going to run good because it has been sitting for 20 years. So, but yeah, so there's the intake and carburetor. It's a complete kit. Comes with lower intake bolts. It comes with carburetor studs. You know, pretty much everything that you need to convert it to a 4-barrel. Just a little 500 CFM. So we got wires. That's the electronic ignition conversion kit there. Spark plugs. That's the breather for the carburetor. And then these are the wheels that he put on it. These are really nice. Got little wider ones in the back. I think they were 8-inch in the back and 7s in the front. So that's
8.5 in the back, 7.5 in the front.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's kind of what we got going on here today. Also, some other stuff. I'm not sure if we actually hit this up on a channel or not. We're going to be doing some footage on this car. It's a 2004 Cobra Mustang. We're rebuilding the engine on that, and we actually have it out already and in the process of tearing it apart. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of that. So this one, it's you know, it's the Terminator motor, and the guy bought the car, and it's a nice car, really nice. Somebody built it and did a great job. They've got the blower ported. Actually, the blower's over here. It's been polished. It's all ported inside. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it has been ported. They you know, it's got all the goodies on it. Pretty much everything you can imagine for a Terminator. But anyway, they hurt the motor. It's really over boosted. They've got a large lower crank pulley on it and a very small upper pulley. I'm not sure the boost, but I'm sure it was probably somewhere around 20 pounds, which is really overspinning the factory blower, even if it's ported. And the motor has been into. You could tell. I've got it upside down, but it's I think they re-ringed it because it's got a fresh hash marks on it. A lot of clearance between the piston and the walls. I mean, a lot of clearance. So number 6 and 7 cylinder was way down on compression. The head gasket was in good shape. So we're thinking they just broke her, you know, the rings or whatever. So anyway, we're doing a complete rebuild on this motor. We just got to go ahead and take it on apart, and we're gonna have it bored out. We're gonna have to put new pistons in it. We're gonna have it rebalanced with the new pistons. New oil pump. It still has the original oil pump in it. New time and chain gear set. We're gonna go through the heads, make sure all the heads are in good shape, and then yeah, we'll get this thing put back together and make some decent power out of it. We actually upped the compression a little bit. The stock compression, I think, is about 8.5 to 1. And we're going with about 9.5 to 1 on this one. So that way he can make some decent power and not have to worry about pushing the boost up so high. So anyway, we'll have more on that car once we get going on it. I'll do a separate little video of that when we get the motor tore apart the rest of the way. So anyway, just wanted to show you what we had going on with this convertible, and once we get the brakes in, we'll do a little more footage. So we'll probably see you tomorrow. Hey, okay, well, we're kind of back, not the next day, but a few days later. totally forgot about doing some footage of this car because we've been so busy we jumped into a bunch of other projects. But so I want to give you an update on this 65 Mustang. We actually left off about doing the brake kit on it and getting this thing running since it's been sitting for 20 years. So the update is the engine was pretty much shot. We found out from the owner he got the real story. So he bought this from his cousin, I believe he said, and so I think it was his grandmother, maybe, I'm not sure, but anyway, a lady owned this thing in his family since the 70s, and she drove it every day, and supposedly, I guess it was her son, would sneak the car out and go have some fun in it. Ended up blowing it up, or of course they didn't know exactly what happened to it, but that's why they parked it. So anyway, we ended up having to pull the motor out. We are now rebuilding this motor, and I'm going to show you what we found when we pulled the heads off. So for now, I'm going to turn the camera around and just kind of show you the brake kit that we put on this. We have the car outside because we had to work on some other stuff. So anyway, let me turn the camera around here. So I just want to kind of show you the brake kit. So this had 4-wheel disc brakes. It was all manual. This is a disc brake kit that you can buy for these cars, and these are really hard to find because of the transmissions. Most of these kits are for an automatic transmission car, and the reason why is because this booster here is in the way of the shifting linkage. So this particular one here is for a manual transmission car that originally came with disc brakes but no power assist. So and what it is, it's on a bracket that is adjustable, and you have to adjust the whole booster assembly up higher to not come in contact with that shifter. Well, actually that's a clutch leakage for the clutch pedal. So but anyway, we got it in. There's a Y block down here right there that came, I call it a Y block, it's actually looks like it's got four fittings. We had to block one of them off. So what it is the original master cylinder had only one output. It went into that block, and then it went out of that block to the right front, left front, and then another one went to the back. So we was able to utilize that at least for the front brakes. And then so basically it comes from that block, runs into this portion of the master, which is for the front brakes, and then this portion back here for the back brakes, it went around and went to this proportioning valve. And then from the proportioning valve to the back, this was the brake line that he had already ran up here, and we kind of bent it the best that we could. It's a little wavy right here. I kind of hate that, but couldn't really straighten it up anymore because it's stainless steel and that stuff is really hard to bend. But we have this secured on here. It's a proportioning valve, so we can adjust the back brakes so they don't lock up. Once we get it running, we'll be able to get that adjusted, get it out on the road and get the back brakes adjusted properly. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that and show you what the brakes look like on the front. I wish I had the wheels off. I should have showed you this before, but like I say, we kind of forgot and put the car outside so we can continue on with some other projects. But it really looks nice. Wellwood 4-piston calipers. They come in red and gray with the white letters. We went with the gray. It's got drilled and slotted rotors, and the rest of it's all black. It's all coated black on the edges of the rotor and on the hat. But yeah, it really looks nice. So, and the drum brakes in the back are still original, but they're all new. So yeah, this thing's gonna be it's gonna be nice when it's all done. Let me go show you this motor. We did a compression check on it, and it only had 2 cylinders that had decent compression, around 120, 125. All the other cylinders were 40s to 70s. Number 8 was dead, had nothing at all. So at that point, talked to the customer. He says, all right, let's go ahead and rebuild it. So we went ahead and got it out of the car. We pulled the heads off, and the most important thing is on this block, it had 2 broken ears where the bell housing bolts on, and then the third one was cracked. So we can't even use this block now. So, but I do have another block coming. I found a 1967 289 block out of a Galaxy, and it will be here on Saturday. So it's a core. It does turn over freely, and I got it for a really good price. And they guaranteed that it's in good shape. So we got it coming. We're going to actually rebuild that one instead of this one. So I'm going to show you what we found. So this is kind of what we're looking at here. This is a number 8 cylinder that's had no compression at all. If you notice, we got different pistons in here. So this motor has been into. We've got the regular 4 valve relief flat tops there. We have one with no relief. Same on these. And then when we come on this side, we have these 2 that are the same, these 2 that are different. I don't understand why or what happened there. I didn't even bother cleaning these off to see if they're standard. I didn't bother measuring or anything because the block is trash. So this is one of the top bolts. You have these 2 top ones. This one here was actually cracked. We went ahead and removed it. So I'm not sure what happened, if whoever had this motor out before, if they didn't clean the threads and it just broke them. But then you've got this bottom one here. It's completely gone. This whole ear is supposed to come out right here for the bottom. So you have 6 bolts. Early years, 64 and older, I think it actually started somewhere around mid 65, but I know 64 and older only had a 5 bolt bell housing. This one does have 6. So there should be one here, there's one here, there's here, and then same on the other side. Well, the ear is broken off on this bottom one on this side too. We don't even have the ear to get it welded on if we could get it welded on. And this one we do have the ear, but regardless, we just decided to scrap this one. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at on that deal. But the good news is I found a 289, because this is an original car and he wants to keep it a 289. We could have put a late model 5.0 out of an F-150 or Fox body, but he wants to keep it 289 car. So we did find one 67 model, so it's not going to be the exact year, but at least it'll still be a 289 car. So that's pretty much where we're at on that deal. So I just want to kind of give you a heads up and fill you in on what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and once we get the other block, we're going to take it apart, and we may do a video on that, or not. It just depends, because we've already done some videos on building motors. But we'll get back on this car once we get the block back. We're going to go ahead and build it. Nothing special. It's just going to be a stock build. Probably going to put a small cam in it just so it sounds better at idle. And yeah, so that's about it. And we'll get that one going later. We'll get a little review of that car once it's put back in, the motor's back in and everything, because it's going to look pretty nice. So anyway, I just want to give you an update on that Mustang, and go ahead and end it here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and please share. Try to get some more content out there for you. All right, y'all have a good day, and we'll catch you on the next one.